Alrighty, now let's I want to show y'all what's coming in the next update.
We become legends.
Today's Titan Talk was the OB20 showcase where they went over Osiris, who I have a video out for already that I'll link below if you haven't checked him out yet, as well as a bunch of other
Osiris
stuff coming in this update, like the new match lobby, an old aspect rework, and more. So without further ado, let's jump in. So first up, that old aspect rework. Loki Aspects is one of the original ones they launched with, and it really missed the mark. Since then, the community has really been asking for a rework to make it actually usable, and this patch has that. The goal of this aspect is still to be a more supportive and utility Loki, and the first thing it does is that his 1 no longer stealths him, but the attack applies blind to enemies hit instead of the bleed damage. His 2 can now be cast on allied gods or himself to have it follow them, similar to an aspect Ra 3, and the ally...
Yeah, see, with this right here, I'm gonna love it because I get to play tanky Loki, and his whole kit is like blind, basically. It's just, my 1 is gonna blind you, my 2 is gonna blind you, my 3, if you're blind, will do more damage, and they said they're going to let it, it's gonna scale with protections. It's gonna scale with it. So, with that in mind, you can just build straight tank Loki and be supportive. Or like Bruiser and help out the main tank. It's going to be good. Like, I'm definitely going to be giving it a try.
Gains damage mitigation while the 2 is on them, and it damages and slows nearby enemies. Finally, Backstab now scales with health and protections in the aspect, and keep in mind that Backstab triggers on blinded gods, so if you put your 2 on an ally or yourself and run in, you can blind enemies and get that Backstab damage, and of course the aspect makes your 1 blind as well to immediately get those Backstab benefits. Seems interesting for sure, and a hell of a lot better than what we currently have for Loki aspect. I could definitely see this being solo lane viable as well. But moving on, the next big thing they showed for the update was the new match lobby, which we did get a preview of a little while back, but it's much more complete now and will be launching in OB20. This has a completely different layout to the current match lobby, with picks happening across the top to make more horizontal room for your allies to show up.
Maybe a little too much light, but it looks really crispy.
Has been requesting to have back in the game for a long time now. Kilgun said there's still a bit of work to be done, and specifically the background image needs cleaning up, and on release it will change based on your game mode. And
I was trying to tell them in the live stream, well, all they should do is keep this as a default background and add customizable backgrounds. Like, what was it called? After this screen, you know how you go to the card arts, and on Smite 1, you could, like, have a customizable background. They should do it with this screen and the next screen. Well, maybe both screens, but this screen definitely. They should have a default screen. It could be this. It doesn't really look bad. It's just the joust gate. And you can add, like what they did before. I had the Ruby one. Like, I had the Ruby background. They can add other artworks and stuff like that. Fan art? Shit. If the fan art's good enough, add it as one of these. Submit it. The community can do a poll or some shit and get added to the game. There's a lot they can do with this screen. And they got podiums back, so there's going to be customizable podiums. This game is going to have so much customizable shit. There's not going to be no other one like it. You're going to have your trackers, you're going to have your frame, you're going to have your podium, you're going to have your banner, your art, the game's coming together. It's coming together, little by little. There are some things you need to fix, but this right here, it's moving in the right direction.
Side, so order or chaos. Kilgun said the flow of how you pick has changed a bit as well. For example, when you pick a god, it won't immediately bring you to the skin page and tell you to lock in. It will stay on the god menu so you can click around and decide who to play. Then when you actually lock in, it will take you to the skin page. As mentioned before, this new lobby will also be the launch of the simultaneous ban system,
I don't know how I feel about that
one god at the same time, rather than passing between teams for the 6 current bans that we have. Hey, just jumping in here with a quick reminder that I will be streaming the patch live after this on both Twitch and YouTube. We're going to be checking out the PTS. Maybe I'll do some ranked games as well on the live client. We'll have to see how the evening shapes up. But yeah, we'll definitely be checking out all this new stuff on the PTS, Osiris, ESET, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to come check it out live,
be in the
ask any questions about the
PTS,
patch or how I
really
feel
good
about it or whatever, you can come check out the stream over on Twitch or on YouTube. But back to the showcase. A small thing that's coming in this update is that the agility relic has had some effects added to it just to make it a bit clearer that they're actually using something and not just jumping around.
No more spinning cat meme. The when you go to fucking leap. That was funny, but
Also making some small changes to Arena and Joust by adding some extra passive gold and XP spooling with the intent to speed up games a little bit for those modes, as
I didn't care
generally
for
they're
it.
going a few minutes longer than the average that they were in Smite 1. Another small change in this update is that they've reworked the music system in-game to fix a lot of weird issues that were happening, such as tracks playing over each other or randomly cutting out, so hopefully that kind of stuff should be fixed in this update. They're also adding 3 new hitmarker sound variations in this update, with one for crits that's louder and more impactful to distinguish a regular hit from a critical hit. There's also a quieter version that plays for ticking effects like Red Buff or Mordred 3. And the final new hit marker is a bit more of a weird one, but they said it will be a special one that plays when you kill an entire minion wave with one ability or attack. The idea here being a satisfying sound that subtly rewards you for doing the right thing and clearing your way.
Yeah, I just want it to be the Kool-Aid man going, oh yeah. That's all I want. If I kill the entire minion wave in one hit, oh yeah. But that's going to be hard. Whole minion wave in one ability? A raw ultimate can do that. Usually it's a line ability that clears the thing. Hitting it all in one wave would be like Scylla's Burst and other abilities like that. So that's going to be very niche. You're not going to be hearing that sound effect all the time.
Efficiently. There will also be new sounds and VFX for Curios in this update in a similar vein. They also rewrote the code for the profile screen to be much more efficient, so it shouldn't lag and freeze as much when you go into that screen. There was also the ESET preview on the show today, or her model at least. She will be available on PTS, but they stress she's in a very early stage of development right now with a lot of temp effects. Quite a bit more unfinished than Osiris was when they previewed him, and her aspect is completely missing, while her +1s are only partially complete. So keep that in mind if you do end up checking her out on PTS. Of course, ESET is the next god part after Osiris and will be fully revealed 2 weeks from now. But moving on, next up we have the skins for this update, with the first one they showcased being the Slaughterhouse Chak skin.
I like
with
the
prisms,
blood dripping. It looks so fucking clean.
Event when you gather 6 pumpkins. The base skin is of course a classic port, but there's also 4 prisms with the...
Here's the things with skins. There's gods in this game that I don't play, or they're not my playstyle, but I'll at least give them a try if the skins are... Like, if there's a good skin that I'm willing to, like, try it out. Because Chak's basic skin, I don't really care for it, you know? But this skin right here with the effects of being, like, blood dripping on the map, and as you get more kills, you get more bloodier. That's cool, and it makes me kind of want to play him. I might. If I can get this skin out of a chest, I will definitely play him, okay? I will definitely play him. Just wait until I hear towards the end of this video. Just wait.
The first one being Smiley Time with a purple and yellow theme. Infernal Rider is next up with a red and black theme. Carnival has a neon purple and green theme with clown vibes. And the final one is Gilded Gore, which is black and gold. Getting 6 pumpkins from the Reaping event unlocks a free traveler to get this skin and all the prisms. The second free pumpkin is also available in this update in a new system for the Wandering Market, which we'll talk about in a second. And you can get 2 more pumpkins from the 2 new travelers in this update, which both have them. The first one is for Mulan, which is Sentai, a classic skin. This comes with 3 prisms.
Power Ranger skin.
Blaze,
looks really good.
A white and orange theme. Cosmic Flare is next up with a neon pink and silver theme. And finally, RGB.exe, which is black and similar to the Run.exe Mercury color scheme. This also comes with the Sentai title and a pumpkin for the Reaping event. They also mentioned that Mulan's banner will be skinned with this, which I thought was quite a nice detail.
The final traveler
for this update is a reimagined classic skin for Neith.
I was trying to pause it before he showed it, but I was gonna say brace yourselves. They redid the Neith skin, the Dirt Nurse Diagnosis it's called. They redid it. It looks, I don't want to say better, but it looks nice. And they got prisms for it, and I think there's going to be a lot of y'all that are going to like them.
Being misdiagnosis. This isn't just a port, it's more of a reimagining of the skin because the original is very old. They did say it will still be priced as a classic skin though in terms of being available for legacy gems after 6 weeks.
That's dope for them to do that. That is dope.
This of course comes with prisms, those being Graveyard Shift, which makes her into a zombie, Blood Drive, which has a black and neon purple theme, and finally Candy Cure is your hardcore pink version. This also comes with the Boo Buddy Ward skin and a pumpkin for the Reaping event.
And
there's
it
one
wiggles
final
a little
skin
bit.
to talk about in this update, which is Street King Sun Wukong, which is a cross-gen skin, so if you own that in Smite 1, you'll
I don't
get
play
it for free
Wukong,
in
but that
Smite
skin
2.
looks nice.
This is the third to last cross-gen skin left to port, with Hell's Fury Mercury coming next in OB21, which will just leave King Arthur's cross-gen skin, but of course we'll get that when he eventually gets ported. They also said they're adding the Pride badges from Smite 1 in this update as they missed those earlier in the year. Next up though, the new Wandering Market system for this update is coming, called the Wandering Path.
So for everybody that plays Smite 2 and you're sitting on, you know, how many do I have? Let me see. 21,175 coins, dude. I've been sitting on these for so long, and they're adding this feature right here, so you're actually able to use them. they're going to be adding a weekly chest, the weekly chests with an S, and a daily chest that you can open up with these coins. We needed this. We really did need this.
They said some of the stuff on this screen is temporary and will be updated, but the idea here is that the Wandering Market progress is now shown in a sort of track like a battle pass. You'll still get your coins for every market level like you were doing, but every 5 levels has a more major reward drop. Some of them were missing on the track when they showcased it, but they did say that every 5 levels has a major reward. These can be free diamonds, Ascension Pass tokens, classic announcer pack chests, among others. This track will reset every 8 weeks so you can keep earning new stuff. The other part of this system is the Wandering Path free shop, which has various things available to buy with just your Wandering Market coins, such as classic skin chests, music chests, avatar chests, and god tokens. Kilgun said there will be a cooldown on most of these things, but god tokens he thinks might not have a cooldown, so if you aren't a Founders Edition owner, you can get gods a lot quicker with those. The final thing in the free shop though is the Market chest, which they said they might end up renaming, but this is essentially a giant loot box that can be opened once per day for 400 coins and can drop almost anything in the game. They said almost any skin, account boosters, diamonds, legacy gems, more market coins than it costs to buy the chest. Basically anything in the game can come out of this chest with a few exceptions. I would assume stuff like saga skins, prisms for
yeah, they said saga skins aren't going to be put in there. I really hope they do, at least for prisms, I hope they do the base skin. They're probably not going to add the colors, but the base skin, please. If they're not doing sagas, they're definitely not going to add a tier 5 in here. And I was trying to ask, but they didn't get around to answering the question, but I was trying to ask in the live stream, what if you own all the skins? Because they said you can get coins, you can get diamonds, but there's going to be no duplicates. I wouldn't mind a duplicate if they would give me diamonds. I don't want any more coins for duplicates. Fuck no. I got plenty of coins. But not the green gems, the legitimate diamonds. I wouldn't mind duplicates if they would just give us diamonds. We kind of need them. Like, after you hit level... Okay, if you buy the God Pass and you hit level 50 and you got all those diamonds, you slow down drastically on getting your own diamonds. So, yeah, this would be nice. This would be nice. Hopefully. It's all about the execution. Sounds really good on paper. Let's see how it's executed. That's all I'm going to say. And I guess W Weekend for saying that this shit needs to be done, because I don't know if they've been working on this for a hot minute or not, but they did need, the bigger YouTubers, they needed this fucking push to actually, we needed free stuff. These coins, nobody's fucking using them. We got to get rid of them. How do we do it? They were trying to get us to use actual money to then use these coins. That was the answer, buckoos. That was not the answer. This is a good solution. On paper. Let's wait for the execution. That's all I'm going to say. Let's just wait for the execution.
Skins you don't own and a few other things would make sense to not be in here. Kilgoon also mentioned that they might do some sort of ultra rare rewards that could be only gotten from your daily chest, like an exclusive prism for a skin that is only from this chest or something like that, which I think would be cool. One final thing related to this is that there are now weekly quests in the game as of this update which reward market coins as well. Kilgoon said that right now it's just play 4 games, then you get another play 4 games, then you get a play 8 games, and each of these quests reward 200 coins, so just a small extra way to get more coins to spend in the new free shop. But that's everything coming in the OB20 update, which drops on Tuesday. Let me know your thoughts on all this down below, and don't forget to subscribe if you want.
I just really hope they don't add too many coins, because it seems like, let me rewind real quick, hold up. It looks like we're getting 4 daily chests, a god token if you don't have all the gods, and a daily chest. So, if I remember correctly, I think that one chest right there was, okay, 1,500, then it's like 800, 800? Is that what I saw? Yeah.
Odds that could be only gotten from your daily chest, like a...
So, 1,500, 800, 800, 800, and then your daily is probably going to be like either 800 to 1,000 coins. So, they're going to be giving us our dailies still. They give us coins. They're going to be giving us a weekly that we can earn like, I think he just said 2, 4, 6, 800 coins from that weekly. And then, if y'all look at the bottom of the screen, let me get them out of the way. There we go. There's a progression as you play and, you know, get more and more coins. You get even more coins. So I really hope there's not this dilemma of you bought all your weekly chests, you bought the daily chest, and then you still have too many fucking coins. At that point, stop giving us coins and just give us something else. Because this seems like it's going to fix the problem. But if you give us more coins than we can spend, you just opened up a whole new problem. But I digress. I don't think it's going to be that way. I hope not, at least. I really hope not. Because 800 coins, I'm pretty sure I can get that in literally, what, 3-4 games? Quite literally. I hope not. We'll see how it goes. But this is a good solution. I like how this went, and I fuck with this.